there's a secret that is in here. So the trick is, you kind of can see, like, there's a wall here. There's like a little bit of, I think there's a little bit of space right here, or maybe, actually it's over here. It's over here. So you could kind of see, like, right there, there's like something there. So I'm like, all right, so let's go in here and do this. And look at that. Sneaky deaky right there. Sneaky deaky deaky. One and only, no, I do not. I do not play League of Legends. So the trick is that this is what was getting me before, is that this wall doesn't stay down permanently. So I was pressing that button in there, and I was like, not getting back here fast enough. So one time what ended up happening is I went in there and I'm like, wait a minute. And I pressed the button and then I went through and I saw this thing like out of the corner of my eye coming back up, and I'm like, aha, aha. So, what's up, Mergen King? How are you doing? So, now this part gets quite interesting. So we've got a secret found, and we've got another one of those summoning circles like we found in the very beginning. So this fight took a little bit of kind of maneuvering, I guess you could say. It was definitely very interesting fight, and it took me a little while to kind of figure it out. But once I did, I was like, oh. Now, one of the kickers with this fight that I found that I'll let you guys know about is that, now I don't know if it was just a matter of the I just kept getting crits with them, or what the deal was, but for whatever reason, this Warhammer that I found seemed to almost always crit. And it wasn't because of it being a crit. Its special attack is a stun attack and stuff like that. So it had nothing to do with that. It just seemed to handle the monsters that we're going to fight here just seemed to take a lot of damage from the hammer. And from the crushing weapons. I could use this mace as well. So, for the most part, we're going to use magic, but we are going to take and use this. Now, I tried to do this running around the room a couple of times, and then I realized that there was a spot that I could get right here and kind of take these guys on one at a time. So that spot worked out really, really well. So I'll show you guys how this plays out. So just kind of back into this corner. So you see we got all these dudes. And they're really susceptible to electricity. Let's get this guy healed up. Not a shovel. For whatever reason, it's just that Warhammer that just does. Now these guys, they will take damage if you crit them, but that Warhammer is just freaking sweet as far as dealing with these guys. Good morning, Scorpio. How are you doing, girls get horny? Hey, Libby, I ended up playing Pit of War until 2 a.m. last night, but I'm not a huge fan of the blood and gore, but it was pretty amusing. Oh, nice, Bruno. You mean on the different, like, the different strikes and stuff like that? Makes sense. So basically at this point in time we sit here, and these guys are really far away, so we can actually take and rest a little bit. Here he comes. Instead of actually having to use my any potions, he's actually able to rest and save that potion. Now granted, I can use the potions, not really a big deal. I have so many of those herbs. So here comes the last one. And nice little critical with that Warhammer. Now you may notice that I've got 2 giant weapons in my hands. This is because I maxed out his heavy weapons when he leveled up. So it's awesome. Look at the damage he gets out of that. And as you can see, this Warhammer has a stun ability that I can use. And obviously it was very, very powerful for that fight right there. Now, I really don't care about 12 rocks. So we'll put these kind of in the middle there. I've got plenty of rocks hanging out in one of these bags. But as you guys can see, very, very effective strategy. Just tuck yourself in that corner there, and it will work out quite well. Let's get everybody fed, and let's go ahead and, as far as skills, let's pick concentration, accept that, and now we are no longer in need of El Torcho. So we no longer need the torches anymore because I can now cast light, which is freaking awesome. So we don't need these. Wait. What are these? Energy +5. We're going to dump these. We'll dump these. Here's all my spells. Clean this shit up. Alright, we got food. We got a speed potion we're not going to use yet. We've got a bunch of that stuff. We can kind of keep that in there. It's not a big deal. Keep everything in order here. It's all my different potions that I want to make sure I have quick and easy access to. Okay. There we go. Some of these we really don't need anymore. Alright, but let's go get what the game is going to give me, which is a Tome of Knowledge, which gains 1 skill point, which is pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. Now, if I remember correctly, this guy is actually using a bunch of armor that has negatives. So we're going to give him the skill point, and we are going to go into armor, and now he can use the light armor stuff, and you see his evasion just flew through the roof, so that will help later on with other stuff. But that also saves me. Did I fight the green elemental? Dark Ziggy, you mean the ones that look kind of like a bunch of little like locusts all kind of made into like a man? I've fought several of those with this spell right here. That's the one you're talking about there, Dark Ziggy? Alright, so that's the first thing that I kind of got through last night. So that's always helpful to show that stuff. So let's see here. We've got this long sword, which isn't as good, but it has a nice thrust special attack, which does double damage. But this successfully drains life if I hit. So kind of some nice options either way. We're gonna put these weapons in here though, so we can kind of open up some space. Yeah. I've been dealing. I've fought them a few times actually, so they've. So we can go ahead and we'll save there. There we go. Game saved. You got cornered a few. Yes, Dark Ziggy. I've been cornered. The good thing is they don't hit that hard. So, but they have been kind of a bit of a pain in the ass. So that's that little secret right there.